Hey, Ben Tristram here. Serious business for you. You are confronted with a viral maths problem on the internet, perhaps on one of your favorite social media platforms, and you've just got to chip in with the right answer. More seriously, you might be trying to program a computer, for example, to make a video game, and you don't quite know how to type your formulas in. So here's a famous example from the past. 6 divided by 2, brackets 1 plus 2. What does that equal? Well, before we even go into any arguments about it, firstly, I want to say I got this wrong the first time I saw it, and I think there's a reason. Remember that you can't type exactly that into most computer languages, C#, C++, Python. They won't allow you to type exactly that. You've got to put one more thing in. You've got to be explicit about the fact you mean 6 divided by 2 times 1 plus 2. Just that little shift of mindset helps a lot, because otherwise, to me anyway, it looks like the 2 is kind of sitting closer to the 1 plus 2, and it kind of looks like they're kind of more tightly coupled than they should be. So just remember, it's 6 divided by 2 times 1 plus 2. You have to put that in the computer in most languages. So the important thing here is, what will a computer evaluate that to? Why is that important, by the way? It's important because if you want to write a formula to get a particular result, you need to be confident of the order that the computer is going to do the operations in, or it's not going to give the result that you want it to give, or you'll end up with the tyranny of putting thousands of brackets around your code that are completely unnecessary. And that's a vicious spiral anyway, because if you don't know what you're doing, more brackets aren't really going to help. So let's talk about the different ways of evaluating it. On this side of the pond, over in the UK, I think in Australia, quite a lot of other countries, we talk about Bodmas or Bidmas, you may have heard. I'll expand those out in a minute for you. And over in America, you tend to be talking about PEMDAS or PEDMAS. Now, only the first 3 of these are typically used by computers. PEDMAS, you may have been taught at school in America, it's not how computers calculate things. So there's a subtle difference between division and multiplication. Let's talk about it. What does BODMAS mean? Brackets first. Whenever you see an expression like this, all of these systems agree you start off with B for brackets or P for parentheses. So there's no argument. 1 plus 2 gets done first. That equals 3. Job done. There's no argument there. Okay, O for order, or I for indice, or in PEDMAS or PEMDAS, E for exponent, all the same thing. That means little power symbols and square roots and those sorts of things. None of those in this example, but they would get done next. Then the bone of contention. Is it division then multiplication, or multiplication then division? Well, it kind of matters, and it kind of doesn't matter. So the point is, we need to know what the system we're programming is going to do from the standpoint of writing code. So most languages, most systems will do the divisions first, given nothing else to go on. They'll do the division first, then the multiplication, or they'll move from left to right. In this example, the division, 6 divided by 2, comes before the multiplication, and it's before it from left to right. So there's not really any argument here, and the answer has got to be 9, because 1 plus 2 is 3, and then we need to say to ourselves, well, 6 divided by 2 is 3 as well. Then you multiply those 3 together to get you 9. All right, so we're going to be looking at maths through the lens of how to make video games with it. Firstly, because it's fun, and secondly, because it's got a definite and useful output. You're trying to write a formula for some dude to bash some other dude or dudess, and you need to know how the math's going to work, and therefore you need to know the order of your operations. So look forward to seeing you in another video, and that's Ben Tristram checking out for now.